Hello, this is another one of my videos where I talk about my CD collection. And today I am talking about Jeff Buckley, Grace. Um, Jeff Buckley was an artist who I didn't hear until after he passed away. I read his name a number of times in Rolling Stone magazine and saw reviews for his shows and reviews for his songs for that album. But that was a time when you had to actually go out and buy an album and take a risk if you wanted to hear it. And his stuff didn't get a lot of airplay. It didn't get played on much music or get a lot of radio play, which is a real shame because he was a very talented performer and a very gifted musician. Uh, he had a very wide range as far as his vocals go. He was almost like an opera singer at times, but could also sing some lower notes. And my introduction to him was on a show that was on Much Music called The Wedge. They had a Valentine's Day special where they had some love songs and some melancholy songs. And a lot of the songs on Grace are breakup songs. They're heartbroken breakup songs. And the video that they played was a song called Last Goodbye. When I saw it, it was maybe a few months after he died. What happened was, after he had recorded the second album, or the first album, he was working on his second album called My Sweetheart the Drunk. And he had done a number of 4-track recordings, some demos, and was actually going into the studio to do some recording. And after a night of working in the studio, he went for a swim in the Mississippi River, and he was doing a backstroke, and a boat went by, and the wake from, I think it was a tugboat, the wake overtook him, and then he got caught in an undertow and was missing for 2 or 3 days, and eventually his body was found washed ashore. It was sad. I think he was only in his early 30s when he died. Um, but his music was haunting before, I think, when he was alive. But listening to it now, with him being gone at such a young age, it's especially haunting. Anyway, the recordings that he had done for his second album, My Sweetheart the Drunk, eventually got released as sketches for My Sweetheart the Drunk. I thought I had that album, but I don't. The one that I was mistaking it for was the live album called Mystery White Boy. And this one came out in 2000 and I can't read that. I think it was 2000. I need to get my reading glasses on. I used to be able to read the small print, but I just listened to this in the car, and what an excellent album. It sounds as good as the studio recordings, but you have the live energy. And then there are a couple of really great covers. He does a cover of Kangaroo by Big Star, and he does a cover of Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. He does that on Grace, but to hear the live version, he also mixes that as a medley with I Know It's Over by the Smiths. Anyway, if you get a chance to check out Jeff Buckley, I highly recommend you do. He's a great performer who's sadly no longer with us.